Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, buenos dias, buenas tardes, wherever you are. If you're watching this video, I want to say welcome. This is session two of the Talitha Kum workshop. I want to make it real clear that this is session two. And the reason that I want to make it so clear is because we're sending this video out to as many people as we possibly can. And you're welcome to forward this video. You're welcome to watch this video. But I want to caution you about something. We're doing our very first online group of the Talitha Kum workshop. We have carefully invited people and carefully screened people into the workshop. Those people who have been accepted into the workshop have completed the first page. They have confirmed that they have read the orientation and the introduction, and they have asked and received answers to any questions they might have had. They also did a questionnaire, and we basically did an assessment to find out and identify people who would be appropriate for our first online group. Those people who were identified have been in session one for the past week, and they have been constantly encouraged to practice. And hopefully by the time they receive this session two video, they will have a day or so left to continue looking at session one, even prior to going into session two. I want to thank those people. With all of my heart, I want to say thank you. Thank you for having the courage to do session one, the courage to sign on with us. We appreciate you very much. But I also want to say thank you to those people who did not sign on. It also takes courage to say no. This is not for me, not now. If you're watching this session two video and you have not been accepted into the online group, do not begin the work here. Watch the video if you want, pass along if you want, but do not jump into the workshop in session two. You must begin at the beginning. Word of caution: the same medicine that will heal you will also kill you. We don't want anybody's. There are people who are not appropriate for this type of work. If you're drinking, doing drugs, on pills, talk to me before you even think about starting this work. You may not be appropriate. Again, this is session two. Each session begins with a video. Whether you're in the group or not, you would very likely receive those videos. Do not start any work until you have been approved for the group. And there will be other groups. As a matter of fact, I cannot tell you how excited I am about some of the things that are going on here. One of the people that I had worked with before started the workshop, and around session 2 or 3 decided to stop. I was not a happy camper. The reason I was not is very simply because when you have been introduced to that little boy or little girl, most, if not all, children have experienced times when they needed attention, times when they needed to be heard. Many children have experienced the feeling of abandonment. So yeah, when you start talking to that little boy or little girl, there will be things that will be revealed to you. Some of those things may be shocking. Some of those things may be extremely harmful. There could be sexual abuse. There could be incest. There could be verbal abuse, physical abuse. But one of the things is that the child may have not felt that they were listened to. There was not a go-to person, nobody that they could talk to. And now that you, the adult, have been introduced to this child, you cannot walk away. Because if you do, then you are doing to that child exactly what was done to them in their childhood years. So once you have been introduced, we need you to continue the process. Is it going to be easy? Not always. Not always. No pain, no gain. Sometimes right before a miracle is when you're having the most pain. The darkest time is just before dawn. Try remembering that as we move from session 1 to session 2. This is the first online group, so I need your feedback. I appreciate your questions. Knock it as hard as you want, but just don't give up. This is the session when you will hear me say to you, no whining. No whining. It's unacceptable, because if the adult starts whining, what is the child going to do other than imitate the behavior of the adult? Yes, you are busy. Yes, you may have other children. Yes, you may have jobs. You may have all kinds of reasons to not speak with that little child. None of those reasons are appropriate. You must make time. That child must become a priority in your life. You must make time. So over what we do in session 2 is we look over the past week of session 1. And what I do is, with my non-dominant hand, I speak to your non-dominant hand, child to child. And I have a conversation with that little boy or little girl about, how are you feeling about all this? Are you feeling that you've been listened to? That you're being heard? That you're being respected? What do you feel about this relationship with this person? Because that's what we're doing. We're developing a relationship between the adult and the child. And we want to know from that little boy or little girl, how are you feeling about this? Do you feel that you're important to that person? Do you feel the same neglect that you felt growing up? Do you feel that you're not being heard? And the big question is, what do you think we can do to improve their relationship? Having had that conversation with the little child, now let's move over to the adult. What do you think we can do to improve the relationship? Once we address those questions, then we're ready to start in session 2. Session 2 basically says practice, practice, practice. Begin recalling certain incidents, certain things. Begin improving the relationship of the adult and the child. Now, somebody said to me, well, talking to this little child is rough. Does it always have to be bad stuff? No, it does not. When I say no whining, how do we get out of the whining thing? We all get tired. It's not easy. What we're doing is not easy. And it does not always have to be painful either. So if the little child starts dragging, not wanting to participate, why not suggest something fun to do? Or if the little child suggests something fun to do. For example, you know what? I'm tired. I want to go out and play. Compromise. Okay, give me 5 more minutes of your time and writing, and we'll go outside for 20 minutes. Or we'll finish up this session by going outside for a walk in the park or for a swim. It does not have to be all sadness, all anger. It can be fun. It can be laughter. To the adult, reward yourself. If you feel comfortable with the fact that you have completed session 1, reward yourself. I'm a person who tries to avoid sugar. I'm a person who eats vegetables and fruit. When I want to reward myself, I'll go down and get me a rotisserie chicken and go to town. Oh yeah, that's my reward meal. That's a joke. But another way, the thing that I do is buy myself a piece of cake. Yeah. My birthday was July 24th. I had cake, sugar. Yeah, I like sugar. Reward yourself because you have completed a milestone. You completed session 1 and you are now into session 2. And I'm talking about the people who have gone through the process, the people who have been accepted into the group, and the people who are moving forward with session 2. You have the written material in front of you. You have this video in front of you. I am available by email. I am available by telephone, WhatsApp. And I will answer your questions 24 hours per day. I will hold conversations with you anytime you want. But I will not allow you to whine. If you find yourself in a position of whining, oh, I can't do this, oh, it's not working, stop. Go over to the mirror, stand in front of the mirror, and look in your eyes and whine. 2 minutes, 3 minutes of whine time. And you know what? You'll probably bust out laughing at how silly and unproductive whining is. It produces nothing. The time that you spend whining, you could best spend with that little child doing something productive. Session 2 is about continuing the process, continuing to practice. Read session 2, review this video. If you have questions, we are here for you. Thank you.